Hey guys, Brandon Burbank here, another wonderful episode of Come Back to Success. In today's video presentation, I'm going to be covering my prospects and my goals as being a professional speaker and what that has all entailed in its own recovery and its whole process as well. So, with that being said, I did a quick essay on it as well, but I'm going to give you more insight and direction on what has helped me grow as a speaker. But before I do that, I want to talk about how I got into professional speaking and how important that is to have a specific goal for yourself so that you can become a successful individual who's a speaker and to making inspiring messages of hope and inspiration for others. So that's just it right there. Just the hope of being an inspirational person and helping to make a difference in the lives of other people. That's what a huge portion of what's drawn me to becoming a speaker. But now we're going to go backwards to about in 2020 or so. That's when I started to realize that I wanted to take my life seriously and start asking myself, how can I be an inspiration for other people who have a mental health challenge? And my niche topic is more focused on mental health. So that's where I've been able to gather more insight and more nuggets of wisdom through going through different experiences. And even though I've gone through a really horrendous life story with challenges with my mental health, I've been able to still bounce back and now still being able to share my message of hope and inspiration to other people on the stage. And that platform is definitely something that you can do as well, but it might be different than me. And so my goal in this video today is to give you more insight, direction, and perspective on how to better equip yourself with the right tool sets so that you can be successful in a professional speaker if that's what you choose to do. But that's one thing that I'll also mention is that it can be extremely hard and difficult to get started. And that's the reality for me in my own journey. I started writing a book first and foremost in Seattle, Washington back in like 2020. So it's been like over 5 years since that's happened. And then after that I moved to Southern California and I started my speaking career. And I'll tell you right now that there's been so many different times when I've had like a few people show up, barely any people show up, and I still tried to be successful and tried to make a difference in the lives of other people and helping to give a positive light for other people. So that's it all boils down to is just being very persistent. A couple of words that I'm going to use that will help give you more insight on how I didn't give up. I'm a very persistent person, and when you're just starting out as a speaker, you're still learning the ropes. You're still learning how to communicate with clients, how to communicate with event planners, how to formulate your message, how to express yourself in different audiences, and how to better approach different conversations with people. And that for me is what has helped me along the way to giving me more insight in saying that I can be successful and that I don't have to give up. And I never gave up. That's the whole thing. That's what's helped me along this process is it's given me more insight and direction to say, you know what, this is a difficult journey, but I'm not going to give up. And so some of the things that I wanted to mention about is like the discipline, determination, integrity, and leadership skills. These are all important things traits that can be very beneficial if you have them when you are becoming a professional speaker. The one thing that I'll also mention as well is that how you have to find your own niche. You have to find your own lane and give yourself that ability to keep working hard on yourself, not giving up, and just keeping at it. And having different conversations, learning and growing as you're making these processes, as you're making these changes, giving yourself that ability to not give up. Because a lot of people go into the industry thinking that they have it all figured out and that they'll get it all worked out. That's not the case. Another recommendation that I would give for you, if you are just starting out as a speaker, you could join Toastmasters International. I used to be on the Toastmasters in Southern California, and it helped me challenge my own mindset and giving me more insight to better approach different conversations with people. And just it flat out gave me more opportunities to share my message of hope and inspiration for others because I got time on stage with the club. The other thing I'll mention is just how important it is to just you need to have a team of people to give you more direction, to give you more perspective and insight. I would highly recommend you don't do it alone. And that's why I work with a speaker coach, and I have weekly conversations with my speaker coach to help me get better as a speaker and to better approach different challenges and knowing how to approach them. Because I'm not perfect, I don't have all the answers, but by having another set of eyes to give me more perspective and wisdom to know the difference between how to better approach my challenges, it will help me be more successful. Okay, so here's another saying that I'm going to introduce right now. 90% is effort done off the stage, and 10% is done on the stage. I'll say that again. 90% is effort done off the stage, and 10% is done on the stage. That's a very true statement, and what I've learned as well is that you have to be willing to put in the effort in order to reap the rewards of being on stage and making your ideas clarity based and helpful for other people. That is what has been very helpful to understand for me, because I've had to have a lot of patience as I continue on with this speaking journey and trying to make a difference and in impactful lives, for impacting lives with mental health challenges. And that's the other thing, is just recognizing that you can also change. You can definitely, you don't have to just stick to one lane. If one lane is not working out, you can switch to another lane, but you have to be willing to restart and recalibrate your brain and giving yourself the right tool set so that you can best provide value for your clients and the people that you're presenting to. As far as the money goes, it takes time in order to become a paid speaker. I'm still working on that journey as well, but it's like I've been able to have these opportunities, and I'm taking advantage of those opportunities in order to be the best version of myself and actually grow through the process. And what I like about this career path as a professional speaker is that it has so much more versatility that comes with it. You have to be very versatile. You have to be very confident in who you are. You have to be very poised and know when to say something and when to just not say anything at all. And that's what is the beauty about being a professional speaker, is that you can help a lot of people while also making a significant amount of money in the process if you become a really good speaker. And most people, it's possible to do that, but having, as I mentioned earlier, having the right people and supportive people in your corner to give you more insight and direction in your life. Okay. So working towards being a professional speaker just doesn't happen overnight. There's going to be times when you're going to be, struggling to figure it out. You're just going to be upset with yourself because you haven't made it yet. That's my own story. That's my own journey, and what's helped me to weather the storm despite having these challenges with not being as successful as I want to be yet, is I've had to give it up to God and be patient and recognize that eventually things will change if I stick with it. And that's the thing, folks, is that I stuck with my challenges. I stuck with my worst enemies, my worst challenges, and I had to face my own inner challenges and change. And I had to be willing to change as a person and mold into a better person and a more developed individual that has more insight, and also just being humble and recognizing that not everybody has the same ambitions as I do, but also really being able to meet them where they're at. That's what I do with my job right now when I serve other people in the mental health community, is I try to just be supportive of them and giving them more insight. So I'll leave it at that with that being said. But it's a very important, there's also another very important association that I will bring up. It's called National Speakers Association. If you want to become a new speaker and a very seasoned speaker that has experience and then wants to grow, I recommend that you become part of National Speakers Association. They have chapters throughout the country, and you can definitely gain a lot of insight and direction and support and gathering how to be a better speaker and how to run your own speaking business. But the other thing that's more important than that is I would say is just having a speaker coach of some sort to give you that support, that regular, consistent support along the way that will help you grow and become more beneficial for your future. with that being said, I'm going to wrap up this video now. We covered a lot around just what's helped me grow as a speaker, and I hope that this has given you more insight and direction to give you more momentum and transformation in your own life, as well as in your own speaking business if you are trying to pursue that career path. And I hope you watch this. I hope you enjoy this video, guys, and feel free to leave a comment or like the video down below. And I thank you so much, guys. Take care.